So the Daylight project came about as a result of a collaboration between Historic Environment Scotland and our own desire as Circus to develop one of our aims, which is to work with less heard voices in our community.
And we found that these young people, this community, don't always feel that they have their own physical space. Most of the current meetups for young LGBTQ+ folk are online, and many of the young people we work with live rurally. So coming together and exploring if they could create their own space and what that might look like was key.
Yeah, and it evolved into the concept of a mobile space that was held together through a mutual agreement process. And this agreement held a sense of equitable togetherness, reciprocity, accountability, and it really allowed the young people to live their shared values.
And through the project, we were also able to take a trip to Edinburgh, tying into Pride celebrations there and visiting Lavender Menace, the queer book archive. And we discussed alternative histories and how others have created spaces to explore and express their own queer identities.
Yeah, I always thought of kind of queer performance as a negotiation between agreeability and disagreeability, the ways in which we pass within public space in order to not evoke or invoke hostility, and then other times when we disagree with those spaces and live otherwise and challenge those norms.
And today at Highland Pride was sort of the culmination of the project. We marched in the parade, and Highland Pride is a really good space for activism and for performance. So we had our jellyfish taken through the streets of Inverness, which was a really proud moment.
So the idea of the jellyfish, it was like an umbrella, I guess, and it was like the umbrella of the queer community, and with all of our individual identities underneath. Thinking about how we use the word queer as an umbrella term for so many people, and trying to represent that in a performance piece, which was really beautiful.
I really enjoyed that moment where we started talking about what we were going to do, and then immediately everyone just I think it was Audrey who first said jellyfish, and then everyone just went yes. And then we all started throwing around different ideas, but we'd all had basically the same idea, and it just accumulated perfectly, because someone would say one thing, it's I was thinking that, how about this? And it just came perfectly together in this beautiful, weird creation of celebration. So I did go to Edinburgh Pride a few months ago, but this is my first Highland Pride and my first proper Pride where I reached the end of the march. It was really good. It was really fun. I got to march with my friends.
This actually was my second Pride. I went to Edinburgh Pride a month ago, so that was my first Pride. But this is my first Inverness Pride, so where I live. But yeah, how was it? It was amazing. It was so good. I mean, Edinburgh Pride was so much bigger than I imagined it to be. It was amazing. Yeah, it's just seeing so many people alike in one space was amazing.
There's a big lack of opportunities, especially for neurodiverse and queer folk. But I think that the main thing is that we are starting to see more accessibility, and we are starting to see more opportunities emerge. And it's a case of going out into the community and talking to people in your social circles, and someone will know of something that you don't, and eventually you'll find your people, I think.
I feel since I left school, I haven't really had much creative opportunities, so especially within the LGBT variety.
For young people, there aren't that many, but when they do come up, for example, for this project, my sort of advice would be to take them, because they are so good, and we want to show that that they're wanted, and that we need more of them, and that we are here and we want opportunities.